We're live. What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Tuesday. Good morning. Welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate you tuning in, whether you're tuning in live or in the future. Today, I've not clicked. I've got a little option where I can click monetize the video. And I think that's where Boo's getting these 4-minute videos from. So I've not clicked that at the moment. So hopefully no one's getting a daft long advert at the beginning. Morning, Alan. Good morning. Hope you're well. It's my birthday today. Well, it's my level up. It's my level up day. I'm 36 today. 36 years old. Level 36, not 36 years old. I'm level 36 now. Can't wait to get to level 40. But yeah, it's my birthday. Just another day. I was going to have a big monster lion, and then when I get to 8 o'clock, I'm like, I need to go, what to do a video? What to do a video? And then I'm like, yo, what a lion, but what to do a video? I was over here doing a video. So you get me on my birthday? How good's that? Thanks, Alan. Ella, morning Johnny, morning Ella, morning Miles, morning Jason, morning Block Talk. Basically, Ripple ODL don't end with MoneyGram, bruh. Don't end with MoneyGram. It's the on-demand liquidity is the future, whether it comes from Ripple or not. On-demand liquidity, on-demand liquid value is the future. I'm going to talk a little bit about RippleNet and where Ripple's going and how they've already managed to speed up the currencies. This is why I don't believe the currencies is going to push crypto to too much value. I really don't. Morning, everyone. Asta, Crypto Heathen, Craig. Morning, XRP, the Holy Grail. So basically, Ripple's payment network sees big surge in new demand. Everyone's gonna be like, but what about the price? But what about the price? The startup, hoping to build a rival to Swift, has added around 50 new partners since November. Now, Ripple's payment network, if you find this on decrypt.co, there is an hour-long video of our good friend, Mr. Gupta. It's called Gupta, isn't it? Rani Gupta or something like that. But he's on there for about an hour, and it's going to talk about some of what he's mentioned here. So we'll go through this at first, and then we'll talk about the fact that Ripple's not even in control of their own network anymore. Ripple's not even in control of the XRPL. They might control the network of partners and where they sell software to regarding Xcurrent, XVR, and all the rest of the packages they're going to sell to institutions and corporations. But regarding XRPL, they're no longer in control. It's consensus through validation. So the next one's going to be interesting. Ripple are basically saying no, they don't think they should do that yet, and all the rest of the network are saying like, well, might as well let's do it, let's get ready for it, it's future proof, so to speak. MoneyGram's tiny. MoneyGram, do people understand, right? Western Union, right, are gonna swallow MoneyGram if they want to. If they really truly want to, right? Western Union are gonna swallow MoneyGram like it's a fucking wine gum, right? And you won't even hear the fart, mate. They're barely worth 200 million, Western MoneyGram, 200, 300 million market cap. Ripple's already at 10 billion. Ripple already dwarfs MoneyGram. MoneyGram ain't shit. They're tiny, mate. They're fucking tiny. MoneyGram, Western Union will just go on, get in there, have some of that, and we're merged. You're our subsidiary now, dickhead. Deal with it. MoneyGram ain't shit. Adam R, mornings, thank you. Anyway, Ripple's payment network has expanded, and is now used by an estimated 350 financial institutions globally. A senior executive for the startup has revealed. Excuse me. In an interview with Indian law firm Associates, Navin Gupta, the startup's managing director for the South Asia and MENA region, claimed that Ripple had added approximately 50 partners since last year. We are one of the largest blockchain companies in the world, which is in production. We have around 350 financial institutions who use our technology every day. Ripple revealed extensive expansion plans in December, and it's big to rival Swift as a way to move money across borders. Right, let me finish that paragraph. The startup CEO Brad Garlinghouse said its goal is to grow its customer base by 30 to 40% in 2020. Right, up to 350 partners. Inside Swift, up to 11,000 institutions. If that means Swift are just one of them 350 partners of Ripple, does that not mean they're carrying a queue of 11,000 people as well? So it could actually be 11,349. What if IBM's one? And 90 odd percent of all the financial transactions in the world actually goes through IBM software, apparently, or hardware, software, either one. Madness. The list of Ripple partners includes MoneyGram. Now, this is where you will fight me back, and I get it. MoneyGram is the second largest money transfer company in the world. Ripple bought a stake in MoneyGram last summer, and the firm now uses Ripple's cryptocurrency for 15% of its transfers to Mexico. Just because they're the second biggest money transfer company in the world does not mean that there's not a shitload more companies dwarfing them that could buy them like that. On it, literally, you're talking a market cap company of 200 million, and you're talking multi-billionaire firms. So some of it like multi-unicorn firms, mate. When a firm reaches $1 billion in value, it's called a unicorn company. It's how rare it used to be. It ain't that rare anymore. You might have to start renaming the unicorn companies. You won't hear a fart, Craig. They'll just swallow it. They won't even burp. Like, MoneyGram's gone. Consumed by Western Union. They were missing it. Not really. In my opinion, Adama, it is the proof. That's it. Ripple. I've said it before. Ripple. They've gone into the bankers' office with this new tech that can work like that and can do this, and the bankers have just gone, all right, then prove it. Go and take over remittance. And if you can't take over remittance, you've got fucking no chance. If you can't speed up and make remittance cheaper and take over that market, you've got no chance with the rest of the financial markets. That could be the way it goes. Agora. Your ODL use fell off. Sam just did a vid. Interested. I don't care about the use cases for fucking, at the moment, Agora. This is what I'm getting at, right? At the moment, they don't need ODL. So, of course, the numbers can drop off. They only need X-current at the moment. Don't need ODL. On-demand liquidity. They just need to throw currencies faster and cheaper. The shake-up to international remittance services that Ripple offered was like comparing the impact of email to postal services of yore. He highlighted lack of transaction confirmation and high cost of transaction overseas that characterize traditional services. We want money to move the way information does today. Ripple's technology enables a transaction between two banks in 30 to 60 seconds, as opposed to days. This happens by using blockchain, creating transparency, removing errors to almost zero, and making sure there is speed and certainty to transactions. Ripple is fast gaining on cross-border payments giants such as UBS and PayPal. In February, it became the only cryptocurrency company featured in a list of a top 100 cross-border payment providers by financial data provider FXE Intelligence. But there's a long way to go. If Ripple wants to rival Swift, around 10,000 of the world's financial institutions use Swift. I've read 11,000 previously, that's why I said 11,000. This is now saying 10,000. But Rome wasn't built in a day. The payments giant took 47 years to become the world's most prominent international system. Can Ripple do it any faster? Now, we're looking at the internet already being built as a way that ILP and Internet of Value can be built faster on top of it. 100%. You don't actually have to build the actual internet. But this is what I mean by reach. They're expanding the reach just like the internet was at first. Slam Ripple pretty hard. Slam Ripple. I used to slam Ripple at the beginning. all the time. You struggle to slam XRP though. Struggle to slam XRP, mate, and XRPL. About to get onto the point that Ripple doesn't even control the XRPL anymore. It's completely out of their control, and they're just going to have to deal with whatever fucking happens over 80%. Over 80% consensus. Switzerland banks adding XRP is more interesting to me. Mass adoption comes when the average Joe don't need to use a ledger. Craig, third thing after, right, so basically, I've got Ripple payment, that's gone now. Ripple reveals why it doesn't support a new update on the ledger is next. And Coca-Cola vending machines to accept Bitcoin. So helping adoption, Craig. Like, wait till we're on our phones and we're spending at vending machines inside casinos, inside McDonald's, and everyone's just pinging and pinging and pinging. And everyone's like, someone actually notices, because on the face of it, it just looks like you've used an Apple Pay through your bank. It looks like you've used Google Pay and you've used your bank, but someone notices and like, hang on, what did you pay with there, mate? You're using that new till system they've set up. Yeah, I'm on blockchain till system, makes instant settlement, rah rah rah. Just a little bit like that to get the word out there. We'll get on that in a minute. Forte coil, more important than what, Miles? If XRP goes to $400, the fees will go up too. Got proof of that, Teddy Watkins, Mr. XRPL developer. Hey, do you contribute? Do you contribute to the XRPL? Or should that say, I think if XRP goes to 400, oh, you're asking, sorry, will the fees? Apologies, I didn't see will. I'm sorry, I'm not a dickhead. I'm willing to say I'm sorry. Right, yeah, Teddy Watkins, apologies, mate. If XRP goes to $400, will the fees go up too? That's probably a question you want to ask David Schwartz. We will all speculate that possibly, probably, maybe. There's all kinds of terminology we could use for the probabilities of that, but I think the best person to be asking there is David Schwartz and not me, personally. Don't forget the fees are burning the XRP, so you want to keep them low. Now, the fees going up, if it's 10 drops, and it's 10 drops is the fee, if it's always going to be 10 drops, then obviously as one XRP goes up in value, so does one drop, so does 10 drops. So the more it's worth, the more those 10 drop fees actually cost. But it was still 10 drops, and it was always 10 drops. Do you know what I mean? Is it going to stay 10 drops? Is it going to go down to one drop as XRP goes up? Go and ask David Schwartz on Twitter legitimately, or send a question in to Blockstars, his podcast, because he's the man you want answering that, me, not me. It will be speculation and an article if you're getting it off me. Whereas if you go and ask an actual XRPL developer, he's probably going to know. Sam Ian's put me on a write down, or what's he said? What Sam Ian said? He's a good guy, Sam Ian. He deals with facts. Like, think what you want about him. He's not everyone's taste. I'm not everyone's taste. Jesus wept. You know what I mean? So it's information is information. If he's giving facts out, it might be hard to take, but we're gonna have to swallow it. Gonna have to take it on the chin. But what's he actually said? What's he said about Ripple? Ripple just dumped XRP's main use case. No, they didn't. No, they haven't. They haven't asked that. Wherever you've read that or been told that, they haven't at all. Disbanding the company next year. ODL just dropped off, but Ledger Exposed shows huge spike at 3-month high just today. And good morning. Morning, Sue. Wait for the next price drop to buy more. Look forward, more important than MoneyGram experiment. Eco African. Happy land birthday, bro. I fucking love you, Eco. She knew many more, your divine being. I love you, mate. Morning, Chuck. You got David Straw's phone number. I've got a few questions. Got him on Twitter, mate. That's about it. Have you looked at the ODL volume drop lately? There's an article on the Ripple site. I don't care, Matt. I don't care, mate. So the volume dropped a bit. Ooh. It's fucking rains in summer. And what? Like, what? Who gives a shit? Like, honestly, man. To the Lifeboats did a video on it, but I'm interested in exactly what he said. So he said Ripple dropped ODL. No, they haven't. They haven't at all. The volume might have dropped, but I guarantee Ripple have dropped ODL. Right. First and foremost, let me read this first, because Ripple don't even control the ledger anymore, right? People understand, I should have put this as the title, Ripple don't control XRPL ledger anymore. Talking about the dropping this and the dropping that. Did they get consensus to drop it? Did they get consensus from the network to drop it? They don't own it anymore, mate. Ripple reveals why it doesn't support new payments feature launching on the XRP ledger. But what do you mean they don't support it? Surely they own it. They'll stop it going through. Well, learn about consensus, brah. Ripple is clarifying the reason for its opposition to an XRP ledger amendment that's seen significant support from the assets community of validators. Last week, the checks amendment crossed the necessary 80% support threshold amongst validators. If checks stays above the threshold until June 17th, it will be activated on the XRPL. And ain't shit Ripple can do about it, mate. The upgrade will allow senders to sign transactions and create virtual checks for specific amounts and destinations. XRP will not move until receivers decide to cash them. Blah, 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 blah. Validators analytics platforms noted that Ripple held 6 out of 7 outstanding nays for the amendment. Nay, we don't want it. Well, it's tough fucking shit because we've reached consensus without you, Ripple. When questioned about the lack of support, David Schwartz, Chief Technical Officer at Ripple, said the potential cost of the amendment seemed to outweigh the limited demand at the moment. Any change to a public ledger system has costs associated with it to everyone who uses that system. At an absolutely minimum, they have to ensure the change doesn't break any behavior that they are relying on. So the bar for accepting a change should be pretty high. We haven't seen all that much demand for this feature, so we never were quite convinced the benefits exceeded that basic cost of any change in behavior, but others could certainly disagree. If we oppose it for any significant reason, we certainly say so. Interesting. So they're opposing what's happening on the updates and amendments to their own ledger. Ripple dropped ODL, a bit like they dropped into Ledger Protocol, yeah. Like they dropped into Ledger Protocol. Ripple isn't paying MoneyGram. Well, they don't need to. They own 10% of MoneyGram. Why would they pay them? Why? What? Ripple, crypto heaven, not popping at you, popping at whoever's put that in your head. Samite, Ripple isn't paying MoneyGram. Volkswagen don't pay Bentley, mate. Bentley pay Volkswagen. Volkswagen owns a part of Bentley. Do you know what that means? It means Volkswagen get paid dividends off Bentley. Ripple owns part of MoneyGram. Do you know what that means? It means Ripple gets paid dividends. The shareholders, man. If they've got dividend shares, like ordinary Type A shares with dividends and voting rights, not only do they have a say in where MoneyGram goes in the business it does, they actually get paid off MoneyGram with all the rest of the directors and shareholders. Ripple doesn't need to pay MoneyGram. It can invest in it if it wants to. Just like if Volkswagen was like, there you go, Bentley, there's 50 million, do your offices up. They're a subsidiary of Volkswagen. Volkswagen's more than entitled to do that, but why would Ripple pay MoneyGram? Why would you even expect them to? Ripple have stopped MoneyGram ODL. Wow, people's proper like, what's happened to the price? Let's have a look at this. Let's have a ganders. How long's Sam I Am's video? Is it worth watching? Could we actually sit through it together? Or is it literally like a fucking half an hour beast? Ripple, drop, ODL. See, this is going to be hard because he used to do a podcast called The Ripple Drop. 2 weeks ago, it was fucking exploding. XRP volume between the US and Europe explodes 2 weeks ago. Fucking hell, a lot could change in 2 weeks, can't it? Western Union aims to acquire Ripple's partner MoneyGram 6 days ago. XRP stares into consolidation on the 20. Matron. What? Crypto news, 1st of May. The XRP affiliated fintech firm Ripple once again reduced selling from its massive holders. XRP charged the lowest quarterly sales ever, according to the new report. First quarter of this year saw XRP sales, but Ripple blah, 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 blah. What that meant was, oh, by the way, during this recession we're in, sales went down. Tumbleweed. Like, who'd have thought sales went down in a recession? Do you know what I mean? I mean, fucking hell. You know what I mean? Not like fucking hell. You don't need to be Einstein to realise that sales of products are going to reduce in a recession. And people popping windows and robbing nights for nothing. Shit. Probably due to Western Union, baby, and agreed behind the scenes. Okay, stop paying MoneyGram. MoneyGram use of ODL dropped off. MoneyGram's use of ODL dropped off, but right. Says who? Where's the article? Western Union don't like Ripple. Well, I don't. So? Fucking Western Union want to make money and save money, mate. Do they want a better system? Because it's Ripple. It's like, again, don't want to attack it too heavily. But honestly, where's... Fuck's sake, I closed the tab. Jesus, Scott. I mean, I've just read an article, excuse me, from 8 hours ago that still says 15% of MoneyGram volume goes through ODL. So I actually don't. Big surge in demand at 21 hours ago, sorry. Decrypt. I mean, apparently, MoneyGram's using 15%, using XRP for 15% of its transfers to Mexico, so that stopped. I need a link here. See, now Miles Parker, mate, evaporated. The volume evaporated. Is a little bit more. No, the volume's dropped off a bit. Evaporated. Like, Ripple, ODL, volume. This is just gonna come on a load of stupid shit now, innit? Call this and fucking that. And I just want a chart of volume. Like, is it that much to ask for a chart of volume? Jesus wept. To the Lifeboats said, MoneyGram Inc. drop use of ODL. Right, I don't care what To the Lifeboats actually said. I cared about where they got the information from. I need a link or somewhere to go to actually see what he read out. I don't care what he said. I don't care how he said it. I care where they got it from. Has he pulled it out of his ass, or is it actually on a website somewhere? It's actually not, Alan. The end game is for all value to be instantly transferable. Doesn't matter what it's through. Doesn't matter whether it's through ILP, IBM, fucking the Internet of Value as a whole. It doesn't necessarily need to go through the XRP ledger. It's just got to have instant settlement attached to it somewhere, and it's got to be interoperable with every other system. Do people realize that the currencies aren't going to push this that much? So when people start swapping houses for cars and XRP for houses, yeah, and you start swapping assets for assets that actually need an exchange currency in the middle and need to go to different marketplaces, and it's all being done for you from algorithms. Peter Devars, how long have you had MoneyGram shares to get that, or where did you get your information from? XRP Benno, I actually wanted to go into a school and just wake kids up a little bit, you know, like just obviously with different language and mannerisms, but yeah, just especially with the technological age with kids now, with half of the class, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a gamer, I want to make money off gaming, I want this, I want that, and they don't even know about left, right wing politics or fucking how to save money, mate. Madness. Like people seeing something online and just running with it now. Again, I've already acknowledged that Sam I Am is a great content creator and he does usually deal with facts. I'm asking where he pulled that from and no one's telling me. Right, check the Ripple website. Thank you, Jackie's O. Ripple Insights or Ripple website? Because you know the two different, like, well, Ripple Insights is within it and it instantly, there's no, like, because they don't really put articles on the website, Ripple, do they? They usually go on. Not, he runs on Ripple. MoneyGram, not took them off there yet. Not dropped them off that yet, have they? Have they sold the shares back? There's no articles on that. That's ripple.com. There's no articles on it. Do you mean Ripple Insights? Again, like, I love it when people are like, oh, this is happening and that's happening, and can't even really find anything about it. Lovely. Morning, JJ. I fully believe that the volume dropped a little bit. I fully believe that Sam has actually conveyed something that actually did happen. I just think people are blowing it a little bit out of proportion a bit. The volume dropped within a fucking recession. What do people expect? Do people expect, like, all these remittance payers who was working at the end of last year abroad and sending money home this year are not actually fucking working? Do you understand how many people who are living abroad who are not working at the moment because of the state of the world? I'm not even in work. You imagine how many foreign workers are not in work and are not able to send that money home, and you wonder why remittance payments have dropped. We're in a recession, man. We're borderline depression, peeps. And you're wondering why volume's dropping. You're wondering why remittance payments are dropping. Come on, you're bright. You're better than this. We're better than this. This community. We are, man. Morning, Muzzo. Can't go in school with a load of DMT, wake kids up. I'll be like, listen, kids, yeah, it's gonna happen here, yeah. I'm only joking. That is not what I do to kids. But do you know what I'm getting at? Like, it's a little bit of volume. I find nothing either, Toby Yogi. I can't find shit. Can anyone else see the link you posted? No, can't, Adam R. Can't, mate. Can't see shit. The link is Samayan's video description. Blah! That's what we needed, brother. Well, come on, Scott. Would have tried that your fucking self. Sam. Not damn, Sam. Not damn I am. Is it to the lifeboats, you fucking tit? It's not going to come up to Sam I am, you weapon. Jesus, wep, Scott, you fucking dickhead. We all do idiotic things at times. Ripple's on-demand liquidity not working. What kind of title is that? Is that the one you mean? Not working out as expected. It was on Ripple Insights. I fucking knew it would be. Stay in the course in remittance and small to medium enterprise payments. SME payments. Ooh, with dramatic shifts in the global economy, digital payment services are playing an increasing critical role for people worldwide. Today's crisis highlights. Excuse me. Today's crisis highlights the need for the digitization of cash, access, speed, and reliability, especially for those sending money home to loved ones. Across the globe, digitalization has increased rapidly, as much as 80% in Italy. For example, global digital payment growth is accelerating too, with e-transactions increasing over 40% and digital remittance spiking for several payment providers, including Western Union and MoneyGram International. Digitization of global payments can't come soon enough. The underlying infrastructure is siloed and complex, leading to significant delays and high transaction fees. So the underlying infrastructure is siloed and complex. The underlying infrastructure, that's your legacy systems are in silos. Silo as in a big silo, a fucking chimney, self-contained, right? They need to open and connect all these different silos into a network of networks. To speed up this process, financial institutions pre-fund accounts in destination currencies, but this is a costly endeavor that ties up assets and exposes companies to current risks. Now more than ever, financial institutions need RippleNet's on-demand liquidity. I thought Ripple had dropped it, but they're telling people they need it. Have they dropped it, or are they telling people they need it? What's everyone on about here? Do I need to carry on? Service to provide instant global payments and meet market demand. Sending cash payments requires more working capital and resources than digital payments, because a digital asset XRP can be sent directly, instantly, and cost effectively without needing a central intermediary. XRP eliminates the additional costs associated with sending cash payments and can be used as an alternative to pre-funding. As a bridging tool in ODL, the greater the liquidity of XRP, the less cost and risk each transaction. Question from before, what about the fees? The greater the liquidity of XRP, the less cost and risk in each transaction. ODL's benefits for eliminating pre-funding are especially important during times of crisis due to the exposed risks and increased volatility. In early months, of the global crisis, currency volatility skyrocketed with the Mexican peso devalued at more than 20% against the US dollar, for example. Ripple is able to alleviate the stress caused by pre-funding for our customers, enabling instant cross-border payments for consumers. They see the benefits of ODL as critical to their business, both maintaining and growing market share. So while the world changes around us, Ripple is staying the course. We are continuing to focus on supporting low-value, high-frequency payments with ODL. Through transaction volume may look different in this new world. I thought they dropped it. What are people talking about? I'm sorry, guys, but what are you talking about? What Sam I am talking about? Like, I'm halfway through the article, and all it is you're going to need ODL. We're still pushing ODL. People should use ODL. I thought they dropped it. What, the fucking dropped it? In particular, we are reducing emphasis on large treasury payments. Now, they might, but first half of the article, I'm not seeing it. The reducing emphasis on large treasury payments, which are traditionally used to fund businesses and services in the absence of real-time transfers to support individual low-value transactions, addressing the growing need in remittance and small to medium enterprise payments. This may reduce overall ODL transaction volumes. Still, because of the benefits of ODL are so compelling for enabling the future of global payments, we anticipate businesses will support even more transactions than ever before on RippleNet, and new additional connections on the network will take shape. Ripple is on track to open new ODL corridors this year, and we're onboarding new customers and working with existing customers to ramp up ODL volume in important corridors, including US Mexico, US Philippines, Australia USD, and PHP, and from Euro USD. Businesses everywhere are adapting to the new norm, yet uncertainty remains a constant, and Ripple is here for our customers and their customers. People shouldn't have to worry when sending money abroad. Together, we can ensure that people everywhere have continued access to these services instantly, reliably, and affordably. If you're a financial institution interested in learning more about Ripple's ODL service and its benefits for eliminating the need to pre-funding, then go to someone else because we fucking dropped it. No, it doesn't say that. It says, we want to talk. Am I missing something? Am I missing something, guys? You need to be a mod to send links. Is that a fact? Is that serious? Make Alan a mod. Make Adam a mod. That'll do for now. It's always darkest before the dawn. I don't remember that. He's announcing Western Union on the site. Yeah, that's stupid. Who's announcing what? Read the date on that article, bro. Was yesterday. Staying the course in remittance, June the 8th, yesterday. I mean, like, yesterday, mate. Like, what? Like, Terry, legitimately, that was yesterday. It's something to do with the Western Union takeover, not really probably good. So therefore, they are not sending in lump sums. They're using it on an on-demand basis. They're using to accumulate transactions and sending one lump sum. Exactly, Danny. Kind of like what I was saying when Davey Schwartz talks about packets of information. So when we all start paying Virgin per second or Netflix, it's all going to end up in like some sort of escrow pot, and then it'll send a packet of value every now and then, rather than boom, 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 boom. But again, I'm not a developer. Go and ask David Schwartz. We speculate. Pat my belly and rub me head. Is it rub your belly, pat your head like that? I can do that, like, and I can even rub my head and pat my chest. Mate, I'm fucking at DMT. Know how to do that. Mate, the Muppet, the chief have got like it's. I'm not calling Sam. I am a Muppet. He's a good content creator and does usually deal with facts. I'm just questioning where he's got this MoneyGram shit about, because from yesterday, Ashish Burla has been on Ripple Insights, basically telling people that they're staying the course in remittance and small and medium enterprise payments, which is where they've always been, providing the groundwork and proving that the system works. So there was an ODL volume chart. Where's the chart from? Have you got a timestamp in the video? Has anyone got an actual timestamp in Sam I Am's video where I can get that chart and see where it's from? Benefits of ODL, more than 20% volatility, skyrocketed currency, greater the liquidity of XRP, Ripple's on-demand liquidity. Oh no, that went to RippleNet. I want on-demand liquidity. On-demand liquidity, smart use case. Avoid pre-funding with instant settlements. 40-60% cost saving, 3 seconds to settle. 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7,365. Ripple's ODL volume chart. I mean, is that a thing? Is that not just a chart like on the XRPL? Nah, Netflix can get a fuck, mate. I'm not paying Netflix £6 a month in the future, mate. No chance. Nah, they can get fucked. What, you're not sure people would want to just pay £5 a month and pay whoever they're watching at a time? You think people would rather pay £150 for Sky, pay £6 for Netflix, pay £6 for Hulu, pay £6 for Disney Plus, pay £6 for DC streaming, pay £6 for iTunes, pay this for that, pay this for that? You think people would rather do that, Adam? Honestly, mate, do you think people would rather do that? Or would people rather just pay Coil a £5 a month and pay whoever they're watching at the time? Come on, bruh. Come on. You know the script, it's per second payments, mate, and Coil will packet the payments and send them to Netflix. Like, this is what I mean. So you pay a £5 Coil subscription, you put Netflix on, Coil starts gathering your per second payments, and when you stop watching Netflix, you bounce to Sky, boom, it gets sent in a packet to Netflix, and you pay per second as you was watching it. You're now accumulating for Sky because you're on Sky Sports, and then when you change to Hulu, boom, ILP and Coil send the packet of value to Sky, and you're then paying Hulu. Who wouldn't want to do that, bro? And again, it's just people aren't really understanding it, that the monthly subscription service has come from monthly payments. When you have a small company, you can pay people weekly. You only got like 5 to 20 employees to pay. Payroll can handle it. You go to hundreds of employees, your payroll can't handle it weekly. They go to monthly payments, and not only do they go to monthly payments, it's a month in hand. So you've actually worked a month, and then they do all the payroll. They get paid for the previous month. It's because of how slow the payment systems are and how backlogged it gets with loads of employees. Subscriptions will not be monthly in the future, mate, because we'll have a system that can facilitate faster settlements, not just faster payments. Right, the timestamp's 1830. Thank you very much, Crypto Heathen. I want to get this chart up, guys, because like I say, Sam I Am, he's on the ball usually. Sam I Am, Crypto Edda, Kevin Cage. There's certain people who are always on the fucking ball, who very rarely even speculate, do you know what I mean? I know we all like to do a bit of speculation, but 1830? 1830s? He's going up to 1830s, mate. Oh, like his little faded box there, Sam. That's cool, that. His little faded out box. That's proper sweet, that. I like that. Yes, mate. Yes, Sam. Oh, paused him. Nobody put Sam on pause. Muddy suckers. It's my Wi-Fi's playing up. Come on. Whiff there. Let me take the phone off Wi-Fi. It might bounce it. There we go. It did it. It did it. It went off and reconnected. So, Sam I Am should have the signal now. Come on, lad. My fucking Wi-Fi. Mobile hotspot. Get it done. So the Wi-Fi in the house is playing up, and I really, really want to see this chart. In fact, it wasn't even on the extension. It was at the front of the fucking house. No wonder. Let's get that hotspot back off. I don't need that on now. Sorry about this, guys. What, you're saying 230? It's not 230. Did Western Union buy MoneyGram? There's nothing even official come out yet, has it? I mean, some guy came out and said, oh, yeah, well, it's not official yet, so don't say anything. So you can't, fuck off. Come on, give me this rumour bullshit.
To push that volume through. And yes, they were. And I'm not happy seeing this right here. And we'll get into why. But, I share the frustration that he's expressing here. Hopefully from now on, there will only be real volume. That would be nice. I'm slightly annoyed by the...
Right, I'm going to have to go back a bit, because apparently someone's blagging about volume.
You know, MoneyGram was... He thinks the price could be negatively affected. In the long term, he is still bullish. And
right, so who's XRP Deutschland for one?
What we thought was already going slowly. In the short term, I'm weakly slightly bearish, is what he's saying, meaning he thinks the price could be negatively affected.
Morning, Monte.
In the long term, he is still bullish, and I also completely agree with that. The previous volume was not a real one, but a purchased volume, meaning MoneyGram was being paid to push that volume through.
So Sam's been a bit shook, because that legitimately, like, he's...
And I'm not happy seeing this.
Right. I understand that's low, yeah? That little chart there behind him, I understand that's low, right? I understand that, I get that. Where was the outcry there? Where's the outcry there? Where's the outcry there? Where's the outcry there? Why only here? Why only because it's gone a week? Because it went a bit further. It's clearly dipped before. Why are we only attacking that now?
Right here, and we'll get into why. But
interesting.
I'm share the frustration that he's expressing here. Hopefully from now on there will only be real volume. That would be nice. I'm slightly annoyed.
Where's his proof that the previous volume wasn't real? Not Sam I Am's proof. This fucking XRP Deutschland who's on the Twitter. Where's his actual proof that it wasn't real volume?
Ripple's corporate communications and how trust is gambled away. And I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of Ashish Barla for a number of reasons. I don't know if he's behind this pivot, if this was his decision or what. I kind of feel like they're between a rock and a hard place on this one. So let's read the article. And
it goes to the article I've just read. How, that's positive.
Highlight anything, it's pretty short. I'm just going to read the whole thing and provide my colorful commentary.
Does he comment like I do, break up a little bit, or will he go right to the end?
Shifts in the global economy, digital payment services are playing an increasingly critical role for people worldwide. Today's crisis highlights the need for digitization of cash
It's hard to
access,
read when you're online, you know, I feel
especially
in there,
sending
digitization.
money home to loved ones. Absolutely correct, right? Like we had the
Yeah, he breaks it in. Yeah, he does.
Use case of the decade here with this whole COVID thing, and like this should have created tremendous demand, and it really hasn't, and that's one of
right. It should have created tremendous demand. Yeah and no. Yeah and no. I mean, like, yeah, like, so, but who needs aid in COVID? Who needs financial aid in COVID? Now, let's have it right. You should have got more demand for the Australian fires early in the year, sending aid to Australia, sending aid to people. But in COVID, you don't necessarily expect ODL volume to moon or blow up because of COVID. It's a weird one, isn't it? This is where we get into different speculative opinions and perspectives. Like one person gets a bit of information and thinks one thing and looks at it one way. Another person gets the same piece of information and is like, yeah. So you've got another guy like, oh. You've got another guy like, yeah. It's the same piece of information. It's just a matter of perspective and how you're looking at it. And carrying on with him because I wanted him to finish this out.
The perfect storm for Ripple and XRP, and look at what's come out of it. Almost nothing, and now they're pivoting here on their strategy. Across the globe, digitization has increased rapidly, as much as 80% in Italy, where they had severe lockdowns because of COVID. For example, global digital payment growth is accelerating too, with e-transactions increasing over 40% and digital remittances spiking for several payment providers, including Western Union and MoneyGram. Western Union was up like 20%. MoneyGram, I'm not recalling the exact number. I think it was single digit, maybe 10, 12%, somewhere around there. Digitization of global payments can't come soon enough. The underlying infrastructure is siloed and complex, leading to significant delays and high transaction fees. To speed up this process, financial institutions pre-fund accounts and destination currencies, but this is a costly endeavor. It's nostro and bostro, nothing new to most of you guys. Costly endeavor that ties up assets and exposes companies to currency risk and exchange rate changes. Now more than ever, financial institutions need RippleNet's on-demand liquidity service to provide global payments and meet market demand. Send instant global payments, not spread out over a bunch of times, like instant. Sending cash payments required.
Right. Oh, this is a tricky one, man. It's a tricky one when payments is used. A payment isn't necessarily a settlement. The payment can be instant. If I go and pay on my card, like David Schwartz said yesterday, we played a little clip of David Schwartz yesterday when he was talking about a payment and a settlement. If I go and pay on my card, my credit card, at contactless, it takes 3 to 5 days for that to come out of my bank. That's the settlement. But I'm left with a Mars bar and a bottle of Coke. I paid. The payment was received instantly. That's still there now. It's settlement that needs to become almost instant settlement. 3 to 4 seconds ain't instant, guys. So have it right. 3 to 4 seconds is not instant. Need to stop using the term instant settlement and change it to almost instant. That's instant. Boom, 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 done, done. Push the button, it's fucking done, done, done. Instant, boom, boom. So push the button, 2, 3, done. That's not instant. That wasn't instant. Done. Push the button, done. Instant is an instant settlement. 2, 3, 4. That's not instant. 3 seconds, mate. It's like... So again, to provide instant global payments, I pay Amazon, or they wouldn't send me the shit. It's the settlement in the background that takes 3 to 5 days. It's the instant settlement we need. So maybe Ashish Burla should have actually checked the terminology in his article before he kind of like, yeah. I'm not saying that's the reason it's all been thrown out of proportion, but it just shows that how people take terminology different, because a payment ain't a settlement unless the value passes at the same fucking time. You're paying with cash, a pound coin at a shop. You've paid and settled at the same time. You pay on your card, you've paid, and the bank said, yeah, he's got the money to pay, give him the item. But then the settlement happens in the background, and it's not actually settled until the money goes from your bank into the merchant's bank.
There's more working capital and resources than digital payments, because the digital asset XRP can be sent directly, instantly, and cost effectively without needing a central intermediary. XRP eliminates the additional costs associated with sending cash payments and can be used as an alternative to pre-funding. Let me finish this paragraph. As a bridging tool in ODL, the greater the liquidity of XRP, the less cost and risk in each transaction. Okay.
Do you know when he paused then and that? Let me just finish this paragraph. How many times do I do that? You read something like, oh, I'm dying to just talk about that. Oh, I need to say something. But then not only you try to process it before you say it, you actually want to finish the paragraph. That maybe that tickled me a little bit.
Here's the problem. So yes, we just had the perfect storm for on-demand liquidity, and where was the huge rush of adoption?
Perfect storm for what though? Again, Sam, respect him immensely. Top content creator, top fact checker and that. But what's the remittance storm? It's not the perfect remittance storm. It's actually the worst time for remittance, in my opinion. I.e., everyone's out of work. So unless a foreign worker is actually in work and earning, obviously then remittance things are coming down. I'd love to have a chat with him about how he thinks this COVID situation should have actually have boosted the volume. Because again, it's just a matter of it's speculation through another perspective. It's all it is from another vantage point from someone else. The guy's like 3,000 to 6,000 miles away from there. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's a perspective from the other side of the world. So obviously I'm interested in it, going to respect it, but like to talk to him about it and break it down a little bit. It comes back to the graph now.
Being paid now, some people are pointing out, hey, we get this news of a Western Union possible buyout of MoneyGram, and all of a sudden ODL drops to zero. Are the two related? It's possible. It's possible.
So the speculator in there and the skeptic in there is saying, right, well, again, if that's so bad, where was the outcry on May the 24th? May the 24th, it's zero there, and granted, it's only a day, and then goes back up, and now it's actually gone a few days. But it did it May 24th. What happened May 24th?
I wouldn't think so. My opinion is it's not, but I can't say for sure. That's just kind of a gut feel. Okay.
Whoa.
My opinion is it's possible. It's possible buyout of MoneyGram, and all of a sudden ODL drops to zero. Are the two related? It's possible. It's possible that's behind this. I wouldn't think so.
Right, let's break it down. That chart is telling me it's just payments to Bitso at the top, not the total ODL. Or is that just is that me, or what? Payments to Bitso, is that payments to Bitso? So that's just payments to Bitso, no one else. Interesting where that chart's from. Also, if you look at the actual chart, the blue line is the payments and the green is the volume. So although the volume's dropped, payment's still going through. So again, if some people just not working and not sending the remittance they were a month ago. Is that like everyone's been paid and sending money home? They're working again. They've been paid, sending the money home, grafting again. Been paid, sending the money home, grafting again. Do you know what I mean? Is that not kind of what kind of cycle we'll see? Until people are being paid per second and then can pay out per second. People's wages are coming in weekly and monthly at generally the same time of each week and month. You're usually paid on Thursday or Friday or the end and start of the month. So it's usually at the same week's monthly payment and the same days on weekly payment. So would you not expect spikes at certain times of the month and for it to drop off when no one's getting wages, considering it's only remittance. I think it has to go a little bit deeper than what appears to be on the surface. And again, I'm questioning that payments to Bitso. Where's the payments to Bitrue? Payments to Bitstamp? Payments to Bitfinex? Payments to Coinbase? Where's the rest of it? Where's everyone else's? Where's SBI's? Where's payment flows over the past 30 days? Payments to Bitso, powered by xrpscan.com. Let me get him off the chart.
My opinion is it's not, but I can't say for sure. That's just kind of a gut feel. Okay, but here we had this perfect storm, and now coming out of it, it's like the bottom's falling out of the...
Do we really think we're out of it yet?
Flows.
I don't. We're not out of it yet, mate. I wish we was.
Additional costs associated
and I hope we are.
Cash payments and can be used as an alternative to pre-funding. Well, by who, Ripple? MoneyGram wasn't doing that.
I'm with you there, Sam. Bit more information won't go amiss.
Their existing, damn it, Nostro account. I think.
Did he do this live? It's hard at times getting your fucking words out.
Their correspondent bank, they were sending it and topping off their correspondent bank account, who's facilitating these payments for them in Mexico. That's how they were using it. They didn't get rid of pre-funding. They didn't get rid of correspondent banking. They just used it as a way to top it off faster. Okay? And, you know, they talk about it saving them money in their call and this being a game changer and all this stuff to investors. I don't think they were lying, but yet here we are. Now all of a sudden they're not getting paid and the volume like drops to zero. Why? Where's the explanation for that? Of course, I get why Ripple's not going to come out and explain that because it makes them look bad.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because if Ripple sells software and tech to a bank, so if Ripple sells software and tech to a bank, it's hardly, they dictate how it works and what it's for initially. But the bank's in control of how they issue it to their customers, i.e. in the fees. Why are Wirex fees so high? Do you know what I mean? Well, just Wirex alone, Uphold fees extremely low. The pre-regulation, pre-governance, in my opinion, this is a little bit of them all just bending what they can bend before it'll snap in the face. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we can bend the rules here a little bit, but eventually you're going to get regulation and that's just going to snap in your face. But it's interesting. I mean, I'm with him a little bit. There should be a bit more information. They really should. Let me carry. I want him to get through the article.
Simple as that. Okay, let's keep going. ODL's benefits for eliminating pre-funding are expected.
I probably should have got this up before I read the article out, so we apologise that you're hearing it twice and from two perspectives, but we'll get to the end and hopefully get some comments and that, and we'll try and break it down a little bit, but you also want to try and chase them charts, that Bitso chart, and see if there's other charts where the ODL volume's still up.
And increased volatility. In the early months of the global crisis, currency volatility skyrocketed, with the Mexican peso devalued more than 20% against the US dollar, for example. So, yeah, you know, why has MoneyGram abandoned it all of a sudden if it was, you know, this incredible tool? Just because they're not getting paid extra money to use it? Huh?
Have we actually got confirmation that MoneyGram are no longer using RippleNet and ODL, though? That volume decrease is actually MoneyGram? Is that what Bitso? Is that what that chart's proving? Am I just a little bit out the loop there? And again, it's okay for people to not know certain aspects of certain things. It's why we're here together. Try to figure it out together. It's why it's such a good community. When we work together or not against each other.
This doesn't add up.
It doesn't, Sam. Don't add up,
able
mate.
to alleviate the stress caused by pre-funding for our customers, enabling instant cross-border payments for consumers. They're able to, but it's not happening today, right?
But again, is that Ripple's fault or the banks? Right, through RippleNet, you're able to alleviate stresses, but Ripple can't force that on the banks. They've been working for 10 years, nearly 10 years, 8 years, whatever it is, to prove to the banks this system works and that. And it's interesting, like how much, like we've already established today that they're not even in charge of the XRPL anymore. They're not even in charge of the ledger anymore. It's the validation and consensus is in charge of where that ledger goes. So it's not like Ripple are in charge of how different banks and institutions use the savings of their tech. They can adopt their technology, speed up their system, and save money. But they don't need to push the savings directly onto the consumer yet. It's not necessarily Ripple's fault. It's one reason why I didn't really like Ripple at the start. I've said that, no, like that's no secret to people, but is it really Ripple's fault that they're not all using it straight away? Like I've said, X-Current speeds up the current system more than enough for these current bankers to start making more money than they used to. So during a crisis, they're obviously going to like, yeah, we've made it a little bit faster for you, a little bit easier for you, it's a little bit cheaper. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Not giving them the full benefits like Uphold would. I've said it before. Why are people even using MoneyGram and Western Union? Why are they not just using Uphold and XRP wallets, sending XRP to each other through Uphold? Why are they not just doing that? Like legitimately, they'd save well more money and wouldn't need the bank or MoneyGram or Western Union or TransferGo, TransferWise. They wouldn't need none of them. They just need Uphold. It's crazy.
They're able to do all these things, and it might just be a case of chicken and the egg. Like they've got this tool that solves this problem, but the banks are so risk averse, and people in corporate generally are risk averse. That's why they're not independent contractors or entrepreneurs, because they're afraid of risk. And I would think in banking is even more so, because nobody wants to be the one that gets fired, and it's a,
yes, Sam.
Traditional data.
Sam, you're answering your own predicament, bruh.
Environment.
You're answering your own predicament. He's answering his own predicament, mate. Like,
want to jump out here and take
from my perspective,
so it's not being used today. They're having trouble getting these corridors up because they've also, their marketing it's shit.
Imagine a meet where we're all there, man, and we can all bounce off each other. Like, not watching each other's videos and try to speculate, but like a DLT con, what was supposed to be in LA, where everyone was there. Do you know what I mean? We need an event like that. Not like Swell, where they're all going to talk in code and that. We need one with us, all the deep divers, all the fact checkers, all the researchers, all the content creators, everyone with the visions, with a different perspectives, the skeptics, the maxes, everyone all in the same place debating it.
It really is. They come out and give us this list of customers, of partners. I don't want to jump into there, but those aren't people with production contracts. Those are people that have done some proof of concept over the last 2 years or last 5 years. So there's a lot of fake it till you make it kind of crap going on here, and it makes them look bad over and over and over again. Okay.
It can make it is on one perspective making Ripple look bad, but from the other perspectives, it's also putting weight on the bankers. Like Sam's saying, why is it not being used to help? We're in a recession, and we've got like what's supposed to be on-demand liquidity there, what's supposed to be providing liquidity you need it. Like I'm saying, like show me where COVID needs the aid, and we'd start pushing for the new system, but it needs bigger voices than ours, I'm afraid. Our voices aren't big enough yet. But regarding the partnerships, I've said before many times, I think the banks wanted 10 years. That's why the ISO migration pretty much lands on the 2023 for most people. The Fed have said it could be up to 2024. But at 2023, 2024, XRPL has been running swiftly, hey, no pun intended, for 10 years. a decade of good use case, good usage, reliability, trusting the system. It sounds right for bankers. Now, if you consider all the current Ripple partners are also partners with the W3C, who are also regulating it and partners with all the top banks and institutions. The top banks and institutions are likely within the W3C consortium are waiting for the smaller players to build the system and prove it works. Mark Carney said it. The private sector's building it for us. We're opening up the RTGS system, and they are building a global RTGS system, and we can't expect it to just happen in a couple of years. It's my internet fucked here, or is there's no one commenting? I've not had a comment come through for over 20 minutes. Can't be right.
They see the benefits of ODL as critical to their business, both maintaining and growing market share. Okay, but they're not using it. The speedboats are using it. I will give them that. But anything above that?
Good way of putting it, bro. The speedboats are using it, but no ships.
There yet.
No ships are using it yet.
So while the world changes around us, Ripple is staying the course. I love this paragraph. We are continuing to focus on supporting low-value, high-frequency payments with ODL, though transaction volume may look different in this new world, because they're staying the course. That's why it's all going to change. What? Like, who wrote Ashish? What the fuck? If you're staying the course, then the transaction volume wouldn't be dropping out. You're changing things drastically, and this is polish on a turd.
Again, someone changed it drastically for that volume through that BitSo chart. But again, was it Ripple? Was it Ripple ringing them up and saying, yo, drop your volume? Ashish and everyone else and the marketing team of Ripple probably still are staying the course, like still selling ODL, just because one institution, the volume drops during a recession. It can't be. I mean, I get him. I'm with him. I'm partly with him. Do you know what I mean? But partly I'm taking other perspective as well.
Exactly what this paragraph right here is. They're basically, it appears, backing out of the MoneyGram market development fees. And I think what's going on, this is my take on it, that Deutschland didn't.
Was MoneyGram a failed test?
I've talked about for a long time that the speedboats will be the first to adopt. Those are the small guys, the payment processors, the ones who are smart and agile. They're in there kind of.
The SMEs, he mentions in the article who they stay the course with. Ashish actually mentions who Sam's mentioning now. So who Sam's saying the speedboats are the SMEs, the small to medium enterprises. To do, like, again, it's terminology and perspective.
Of the system and using those to their advantage, stuff that the big cargo ships, the banks and the big FIs are missing.
I like that analogy, Sam.
To take advantage of it, just like the CLEX during the whole telecom boom after the Telecommunications Act of 1996. And that's happening, absolutely. And if that continues, they are going to continue to gain market share. They're going to continue to take customers from the bigger banks. And eventually that will create a rush for the door or the entrance, an avalanche of adoption is a word that I've used. That's absolutely happening. That's still coming. I think what Ripple was trying to do with MoneyGram was sort of leapfrog and simultaneously get the medium-sized FIs and the credit unions and so forth to start using ODL at the same time. And how do they do that? They created this market development program with MoneyGram to start building liquidity on the exchanges. They threw $25-30 million at it so far. And while they're able to do that, I think what they realized is the banks aren't ready to jump in and start facilitating payments. That, like, they're spending serious money, 10 million, 8 to 12.
Get on the next paragraph, Sam. Next paragraph.
To have these liquidity levels out there but they're looking across their customer base and not getting customers saying, yes, we're about to jump in on this core.
Why no comments
They're just
coming
not seeing
through?
it. So they made the smart decision, pulled the plug, and said, you know what? It's not ready. It's too early. We can't keep throwing money at this problem. And
there we go.
To basically
Carl, yeah, you got the comments back. Woo!
Yes, we can facilitate larger payments for whatever reason. I think whatever was happening
I miss so much.
With the market
I
makers,
miss so much.
Miguel Vias's old team, that was probably part of the equation of how MoneyGram was using ODL, and that facilitation is no longer happening because they pulled.
I want to read the next paragraph because it's in particular we're reducing emphasis on large treasury payments. Blah blah. Go on, lad. Read it. Here we go.
So, on the one hand, is it a responsible decision to make? Yes, I think so. It also shows that, they're trying to figure this out. Like, they don't have all the answers. None of this is set in stone.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, imagine that Zoom call.
Launched. How do we get it off the ground? How do we make
this work? There's some people just...
And they're being creative in the different things.
RS, Sam, Kevin Cage. There is more. It's just hard to ping them all off the top of your head. Even SPQR lads, man.
And they were hoping that they would have new corridors up, that the FIs would be coming in larger and larger and sort of piggybacking on this growth and creating.
I'm gonna miss this. If I miss this paragraph here.
More of a self-sustaining ecosystem. Very difficult to do. And that's not happening, so they've stopped it. And I think that explains what's happening here. As far as like the criticisms,
going
back to some of these tweets.
I mean, that's all one guy's tweet.
Do you expect them to come out and say that, yeah, we screwed up and this didn't work the way we hoped? Of course, they're not going to come out and say that.
Well, if you do,
pretty obvious. That's
come exactly on. If you do a test and the test fails, like, do the community not really deserve to know the test failed? It's Rising Green. Morning, everyone. I've not seen. My comments were off for some reason. I think it's because I went from Wi-Fi to data.
It's kind of hard to fault them for this. Again, they don't know how this is going to roll out. It's taking longer than they'd hoped. The banks and stuff are more gun shy than they thought they would be. I think they roll out. And it's kind of hard to fault them for this. Again, they don't know how this is going to roll out.
It is. It's not all Ripple. It's other people who are not pushing the volume. Is it MoneyGram? Like, has anyone got proof it's actually MoneyGram?
Anything in my mind about the product, about what they're doing.
That chart was a bit so chart. Chase that up.
Savings, but it's going to be harder for them to get it off the ground and take longer than we thought, and it might have to be an organic process, just like I talked about with this.
But there's a way, Ty, if that's how I say your name, sorry. There's a way they could come out and be like, so we did it. We've been, as you know, we've been running MoneyGram tests, and the volume and the volume didn't get to where we'd hoped. The adoption isn't quite there yet. And there's ways you could come out to say, yeah, it's not quite growing the way we expect, without saying it's an all-out fail. Without saying they've just got to change lane a little bit.
Speedboat's coming in, starting to take more and more customers until the bank's bottom line starts to be affected, and then they're going to sit up and pay attention and be like, "Oh, okay, we got to do something." That's how I think it's going to roll out.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you word that, I agree with that.
I have no idea.
Basically, the speedboats and the little men using it, once they start really pushing it, really start seeing gains and affect the bank's bottom lines, as in they're taking customers off the banks, that's when the old heads in the bank's room is going to be like, hang on a minute, sat waiting until 2023, we need to go in now, we need to do it now. This is what I mean by they're just going to let this recession carry on instead of introducing what we know can become a safety net. It's what they're going to do. They're going to sit on it and wait as long as they can. Are they just going to introduce it? as planned in 2023-24 and have a global RTGS system that's fully stable by 2025, or is it going to happen next summer? It's like, what are his thoughts on this?
Don't ask me. Okay, so here we go. Let's get this finished up. In particular, we are reducing emphasis on large treasury payments, which are traditionally used to fund businesses and services in the absence of real-time transfers to support individual low-value transactions, addressing the growing need in remittances and SME payments. This may reduce overall ODL transaction volumes. So that's where, you know, what I just described. MoneyGram, they were going after sort of the medium to larger, building the liquidity levels necessary to grow that and get it self-sustaining. They realized not working, abandon that shit, and we're just going to focus on where it's working now and have to grow it organically. Okay. Still, because the benefits of ODL are so compelling for enabling the future of global payments, we anticipate businesses will support even more transactions than ever before on RippleNet, and new additional connections on the network will take shape. Okay, yeah. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but
does anyone think the Western Union takeover is a plot because MoneyGram failed and these SMEs would rather work with Western Union? Has anyone thought about that? Has anyone suggested that? Yeah, Ty, probably, yeah, because all the edits these days and that, only going to get twisted anyway, won't it? And then, yeah, yeah, especially on Twitter, mate, the tribalism, it'd just get flipped, I suppose. You're not wrong there. Especially like we're pointing out, like, can be taken by so many perspectives and vantage points. And whether you're being skeptical or not is massive, really. Western Unions are shutting down a competition. Yeah, you mean like that's what I thought at first. I was there, me, yeah. They just they must be doing that well with RippleNet and all that they want to swallow them. And like I say, they would. If they said at the beginning, they'll just gone, bam. It's like if Volkswagen wanted another car, if Volkswagen wanted Fiat, they'd just buy them, but they don't want them. They don't need them. Do you know what I mean? Like it's one of them, innit? But as MoneyGram actually failed, like now we're not working, all the SMEs and the people that would push towards the banks have just shunned MoneyGram, but wouldn't shun Western Union, and now something's been put in play for Western Union to buy MoneyGram and everyone's happy.
Ripple is on track to open new ODL corridors this year, and we're onboarding new customers and working with existing customers to ramp up ODL volume in important corridors, including US dollar, Mexican peso, the Philippines, Australia to US dollars, and Australia to the Philippines, euro to US dollar. Businesses everywhere are adapting the new norm, yet uncertainty remains a constant, and Ripple is here for our customers and their customers. People shouldn't have to worry when sending money abroad. Together, we can ensure that people everywhere have continued access to these services instantly, reliably, affordably. Gag on that corporate crap.
It's what
yeah. Okay. So
do you know what? It's for the sheep, so, Sam. It is, mate. And this is what I say. Like, if they was really helping people, anyone was helping people with remittances, like any of you on the stream now got your local shop and you want to actually help. If you've got a foreign worker in the shop or the chipper, or even working at Tesco's or anything, you just speak to him. You're just like, look, you're from India, aren't you? From Mexico, you're from here, from there. Like, do you send remittance payments home from your wages and that? And if they say, yeah, I do, you know. So like, oh, well, who do you use? Do you use Western Union, MoneyGram, do you use TransferGo? and they'll tell you the use, like, oh, has it sped up and got faster recently and got cheaper? And they'll be like, yeah. So, well, have you ever thought about using Uphold, where you can just send them XRP and you don't have to use a third party intermediary? Like I said earlier, they don't need any of it. If they truly wanted to help the remittance payers, they'd be showing them a way to send it for free. What's the whole slogan? Right, it's pretty much, as long as you're paying for a connection, let's have it right. Sending information isn't free. Sending information is free if you're paying for a connection to the internet. As long as you're paying for that connection to the internet, you can send information for free. So this whole slogan, we want to send value as fast, easy, and as cheaply as information, is bullshit if they don't start pushing for free payments. As long as you're paying for the internet connection and that payment's going over the internet connection, the payment should be free. It should be free. And if it's not free, it means it's on a centralized system and there's an entity, corporation, or institution being paid off you sending that value. It's as simple as that. Even upholding that in a way, you're going to take their own the fees, aren't they? You're going to need open source, decentralized platforms where the only fees are the network fees and there's no entity above the network actually making money off fees. It should just be the network, the cost of the network. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. So if they truly wanted to help people, that's the agenda they'd be pushing. They'd be saying, don't use Western Union, don't use MoneyGram, use services that are cheaper, i.e. Uphold being one of the cheapest at the moment, and your Coinbase Pros and stuff like that. Sucking a corporate cock, aren't they, basically? Sam's like a gag at that corporate shit. There's not that many minutes left. Let me see if I finish it up.
Right here, they are polishing a turd. That's what that story made me think of. So, yeah. Okay, hopefully I explained that. If you have a question,
it's got to be like, yeah, he's broke it down there basically, Annie. But you've got to be, I suppose you put yourself in Ripple's shoes, innit? If you're selling a technology to another company where you can be like, yo, this can do this, that, and that for you and your customers, and then you tell the world that that can be done as well, and then you hand the tech over, and that actually doesn't happen. You're in there like that thinking, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? Like, are Ripple happy with some of the fees people are charging and stuff? It's interesting. Are Ripple to blame that the volume's gone down? It's I'm gonna try and get that chart up that he had down. Still bullish long term. He probably will be, Cromwell, but it's just worth questioning, isn't it? Like, who's actually cut the volume? Why has it died? Is it simpler? Is it the institution giving up on it and dropping it and taking it off customers? Or is it simply the customers not working as much as they were a few months ago, so they're not sending as much money home? Like, we are in a recession and people are not working as much as they were not long ago. So they might just not be sending that amount of money home that they used to be. And also, it dipped in May, 24th of May, no one said anything. It dipped a couple of months before that, no one said anything. It's interesting. I need a drink and all that. I might have to run into the house and get a drink. Want more people to say? It could just be to get people off the fence. We're talking about, like, this is what I mean. Occasionally, the price or volume moves dramatically. And everyone's just like, oh, it's manipulation. It's manipulating it. We'll buy back in lower in a minute. Buy back in lower. Price will dip. We'll buy back in. This could be manipulation to get the bottom, to just plummet it to the bottom, ready to take off. It could be MoneyGram stop using it, but it seems that everyone's like, MoneyGram's not using it, and no one's crying manipulation, except like John Phillip, mate. It legitimately could just be manipulation. Missy says this would be a cross-border remittance because it was so quick. Faster than 2.3 seconds, mate. They're pushing people out. I'm gonna go and grab a drink, and I'm gonna go and chase that chart up and see if there's any other charts for any other exchanges. I'll be back in a sec. If you're still on, I won't be too long, guys. Oh, that was bangers. Just bolted. Oh, I feel grim now. I was just bolted on my mum. Give her another out. It's my birthday, and it's just like, happy birthday. I'm like, I'm still alive, just grabbing a drink. Oh, I needed it though. Ugh. When you start talking for long periods, happened at DLT con on videos, your mouth don't half get dry. It not even necessarily the doob. Yeah, Ripple isn't at fault. It's a combination of what you're saying, the pandemic and the market crisis. Just remember why we're still in this project, either that or just look elsewhere. Exactly, man. Got a little whoo. All I did there was run to the kitchen and I got a little huff on. Need to start going out more, jogging. It's my birthday, Carl, not my mum's. Level 36, baby. It actually ain't that far to go to get a drink, to be honest. Right, Bitso chart. So we had Bitso volume chart up hand, innit? Like finding all these things, the lad. Has he got it on his Twitter with a sauce, with a tomato sauce? Is eggs and ham, Sam. Has he not shared the that chart on Twitter, Sam? I have to try and find it. Because I'm interested, it legitimately said payments on Bitso, did it? So is there more? Is it just one exchange or it's gone? Morning, Lorenzo. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, everyone, for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm being told, Rising. I've got to go and give my mum an hug. So go and do it. So go and... Mum forget the gift. Oh, the work. Alan there with a linkage. I'm going to have to go with the own video here now. Get off that. Oh, I didn't upload a thumbnail, did I? Oh, where's the comments? Gets to me, the YouTube app at times. Does more fucking nagging. 35 on Thursday, Matthew. Nice. 36 today, mate. Levels. Just levels. Ba, 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 ba. Market performance, market metrics. See more stats on XRP charts. Where do I go to get that ting up he got then? Because it was defo just a bit. So this is what I'm saying. It was just a, from what I saw on Sam's video then, that was just a Bitso graph of the volume on Bitso. Nothing else. It wasn't total volume. Now is that just, was MoneyGram using Bitso? And that's how that's what's letting it think was MoneyGram. This is where it doesn't pay to stop looking at the corridors. Like I said, the corridors are boring me and all that shit. If this is the kind of information that you want and what to be able to chase, that's the kind, you're gonna have to stay up to date on that kind of stuff. Everyone knows that the machine-to-machine stuff, it interests me a lot more, and where we're going 2025 and beyond with smart houses and automation and stuff interests me a lot more, which is why I've been looking that up more lately. But then when you come back to like finding XRP info, mate, you can be like it's because of the depth. It's the depth in the ledger, and it's not very good on this mobile version. One more chart in Sam's video from different liquidity providers, and it had the same thing, Ty. Did it have like the same thing on it? Thanks for the birthday wishes. Cheers, Carl. Appreciate mate. Mwah. Love you, bro. Can you do part 2 of the economic machine? You have to ask that. It's Kurt, that. Kurt did that video. Not tell by the voice. We don't sound that alike. Come on. He did unlock my phone though once. When I put voice unlock on my phone, Kurt could unlock it. I'm like, what the fuck? What's the point in having it? Any other man can just go down there. You know what I mean? Like any other man with a deep voice just gets in it. All the volumes for all coins fake anyway. We learn that. Yeah, mate. I've never really trusted CoinMarketCap and all that shit, right? But if that's fake, we've got problems, mate. Because in an industry where there's supposed to be full transparency, that shit can't be fake. The aggregates and all that of all the others, CoinMarketCap and stuff like that, surely, but the specific Ledger Explorer, whether it's Hyperledger Explorer, XRP charts and XRP scan, Ether scan, all that's the correct information. You have to believe and trust that. Otherwise, what the fuck are we even doing? And where's the trust? Do you know what I mean? It's... So you not missed much, Adam. Just missed me grabbing a drink. And we're just discussing legitimately whether it was just Bitso or the whole ODL volume. Binance, Bitstamp, Bitrue, ZB, UB, Upbit, Bitso. See, but there, so I'm on the Bitso trade volume. Where are they getting the charts? And when I'm talking depth, when we talk depth of the XRP ledger here, we don't like the markets, the XRP markets there, on all the different exchanges. But it only had Bitso on the chart Sam I am had up. So Sam had just Bitso up, So what about the rest? What about all the ones above Bitso? Like, percentage of total XRP traded, 3.6% Bitso. What about, like, the ones doing 13%? Bitstamp, 15.5%. Binance, 22%. BitTrue, 13.5%. How do you separate standard trade volume from ODL volume? Thanks, Abel. Abel. I don't know how I'd say that. Sorry if I butchered it, but thank you very much. Appreciate it, bro. Geminis will take over the world. It's all a distraction. I just don't realise what's. I mean, maybe I have to watch your video. That's never gonna well. We'll just dive into a video of Sam's and going off other people. So I don't know how he came to the money. It's definitely MoneyGram. It's MoneyGram that's cut it. Is he assuming because of the Western Union date fell in line with that? That we've just grabbed at an assumption that it was Western Union's takeover bid has affected him as MoneyGram's volume. I'm not seeing how he came to the MoneyGram conclusion. I can't get a bit so chart up. Why? Bitstamp. It's got fucking multi-markets and everything. Some of it goes way beyond what I can understand. I'm not even gonna lie. Good, thanks, Rick. Good. Birthday today. I'm probably just gonna chill. I was gonna have a nice lie-in till about this time, to be honest, and just watch a few movies in bed and that. But then I had like get to a point some mornings like where I fucking just want to chill, and then eventually it gets like 8 o'clock and I'm like, nah, go on do a video with me. Go and do a video. And I'll go out do a video that I think I can leave it and not do a video, and then I just have to do a video. Look, like XRP charts, like transactions, ledgers, you know, like the payments, exchange, you know what I mean? Network fees. Oh, look at that nice little spike in fees there, eh? Do you know what I mean? It's like transactions by type. There's so much data available. So much that you barely even understand what it all fucking is, mate. To go off one graph that said payments in Bitso, payments on Bitso, I can't take that graph as the whole of ODL. And I understand it's been said in the chat that he showed a second graph of total liquidity. I'm just again how they separating the ODL from the rest of the trade volume. Hello to you too. Ooh, what? I'll say that name. Eileen. DJ's vlog. That's a nice name. Eileen. Is that how I say it? Eileen. I'm saying it right. Call me crazy, but I think Ripple are helping with FUD, as it will make the people Ripple things up with happy. When you look at where some of Ripple's previous employees have gone on to work and what they've gone on to do, whether in an advisory role or not, you have to be open to that kind of speculation, Alan. I'm just afraid you are. People can twist it from FUD and say it's not FUD, it's something. It's like, nah, yeah, you've got it. Yeah, there's no sugarcoating that. Try to them, but it's just not. You're not sugarcoating it. We know that this is what I'm saying. We know there's manipulation from the Philippines. Welcome. It's great to see you here. I feel like there'll be a perfect bull run before the actual adoption comes in. I think it's going to be the biggest bear trap in history, mate. I think it's going to go like halfway to the all-time high. So you're going to like see $1.50 or something in the next 12 months, maybe 18 months. But I honestly think it's going to go up, and then we're going to see it's going to go up in a way that everyone's expecting a retrace, right? And it's going to go up in a way that all the people who are following Fib and all that they all pick pretty much the same target to re-enter after selling at this top. And it's not going to go to where they think it's going to go. It's just going to be a little dip, and then boom, it's going to be off again. And the amount of people that get put out then, I think it's going to be truly incredible. And then as they talk about, as everyone focuses on how many people's been burnt and wrecked, everyone else is in the big long. We've seen the film The Big Short. The big long's coming. Big long's coming. Anyone who holds to 2025 and beyond has been part of the big long. Trust me. It is a big long, mate. It's the biggest long ever, after the biggest bear trap ever. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're talking a brand new financial system that's not only going to run finance, it's going to be attached to DLT that's going to run everything. Everyone. So it's like, it is. And if you really, really want to be in the long game, generational wealth for your family and stuff, you have to have that long-term pot for 2025 and beyond. You just do. You just do. Why has MoneyGram said they won't be submitting a Q2 profit report? They've got to submit them to someone, haven't they? They've got to, like, they just don't, they're not going to make them public, you mean? There might be no profit, so it's just a report. We're not doing a profit report this year, it's just a report. Why is that, boss? Well, there's no profit, lad. Can't do a profit report with no profit, mate. Fucked it. You have to buy a bag of XRP and lock it up in escrow and allege it to make you from freaking out, mate. I've been thinking that, Adam. You're not alone there, bro. You can go on Spring Developer site and get a tutorial of how to escrow. Excuse me. How to escrow XRP. There's also one available through the channels of the Beatspin tutorial. So yeah, mate, escrowing some XRP till 2025 and giving a couple of people access, i.e. your children and your missus, whoever, like your best mate, like your godparents or your children, giving certain people access, so if anything happens to you, that little piece of wealth is protected for your family members to receive in 2025, when the world truly is experiencing adoption and is on its way to global maturity of it, internet of value. Like, honestly, regardless of what you're gonna spend and trade before 2025, it is an extremely good idea to prepare for post 2025, even if it's just for your kids. Lorenzo, Bitcoin, mate, it's just too slow. Can't do it, mate. It is rising. It's like, and not just with XRP, with any coin and asset that you can escrow, really. Like, turn into your nephew and be like, yo, put some XRP away in an escrow. It's gonna unlock on your 18th birthday, right? And then you keep the passwords aside and all that. You give him the account, and he's sat on something that he knows is going to give him value on his 18th birthday, or her 18th birthday, if it's your niece, or your son. Could be your brother, could be your best mate. Do you know what I mean? He could be 30 soon. You're like, yo, I'm going to lock you some XRP up for your 30th right now. Bam, go into your wallet on your 30th birthday. You can put the escrow and put their wallet. They just need to keep access to that wallet, haven't they? You just need to learn how to do it. And yeah, it's a great idea. It's even a great idea for your exit strategies. If you want to control your exit strategies, make no mistake, you can pot some away eventually and have it distributing into your wallets monthly. 100%. Ripple do it. Why can't you? Cheers, Corey. I appreciate, mate. Appreciate it. Do you know what, though? It's not that they're talking the same shit. It's just that, like I say, that's the bit some people are more interested in, and people are more entitled to be more interested in the payment side of things and how the bankers are going to do stuff and this, that, and that. But to be honest, it doesn't really excite me what bankers and that are going to do in the future. It interests me at times regarding the custodial stuff and insuring. So issuance, insurance, governance, regulation, custody. Who's going to be able to store gold and add it to smart contracts in the future? Anyone? Can I set up a gold vault if I've got a good enough establishment, or is that going to be banks only by law? That kind of stuff within the banking I'm interested in, but again, that comes after they sort the payments out. I'm more interested in swapping any asset of value over ILP, not flaming cross-border remittance payments that can be done through X-Current, that I could do now through Uphold. Could save the world now with Uphold if it was just remittance problems. It's done. Uphold, well done. Do you know what I mean? But they're not. They're still using Western Union because of the corporate jargon. It's like Sam says, it's corporate bullshit, isn't it? He's well, Herson. He's fishing a lot, you know. I think he's debating starting a fishing channel. Like I said, and I keep saying to everyone, I've pointed out, people need to go out and have a little chat with themselves about who they actually want to be moving into the future. If you had the opportunity to take any hobby you've got and turn it into revenue, whether it's YouTube channels, a website, a blog, writing a book, whatever it is, go for it. You've got to go and have a word with yourself. If I handed you £1 million now, is it just a 12-month holiday? Or is it setting you up for the next 2 decades in the job you've always wanted to do, the business you've always wanted? Kurt's having a little bit of a time out enjoying his hobbies. You know what I mean? He's still in work. He's not stopped working because he services Tesco vans. So the Tesco.com vans and shit, they're still delivering food and they ain't stopped. So they break down and still need fixing. So Kurt's not stopped. So Kurt's not even been out of work, mate, basically. But yeah, he's looking at I think he's looking at doing a fishing channel. I keep nudging him. Fucking love for carping, love for fishing. Get on it, mate. Just do something. Fucking hell, Carl. Forever holding your rod. There's always one. No, but yeah, I've not seen him for a while with what's going on and that. Kept my distance from people, nipped round to his house every day to see him and the family and that, so he's good. Thanks for asking as well. He's a very good friend of mine. He's like a bro to me. I can't find these charts. Not on my phone. I need to get on the PC. It's well easier. I'll probably find them, but I'm interested in if it's the total ODL. I can't stop picking my phone up to try and look. So I do feel I need to find out. This feels like Stella now. Feels like something they don't want you to know. I remember Stella the other day with the fees and the transactions and the burn and all that. I was only Googling Stella burn rate and all that, trying to find that information. Couldn't find shit. Went to XRP and just found it all like that. And now this feels like the same ODL. This is something Ripple don't want me to find. Because legitimately, if you put ODL volume charts, why would it not come up? Yeah, you bring me to the charts. Real-time XRP on demand. Utilityscan.com. Nah, I want the one he had. What was it? Gotta check them all now, I guess. Yeah, I use my old my laptop. Hyperledger's on my laptop now. I can't figure out how to work it out though, mate. I get a certain distance and it runs, and I've got Hyperledger, Fabric, and I could start building on top of Hyperledger Fabric if I knew how. But don't. Need someone sat next to me who knows how, and he's like, right, so what do you want? Like, which wallet do you want attached to it? And I'll be like, this one. And he'll be like, right, boom, 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 Hyperledger Quilt, attached to ILP, wallet done. Like, right, can you attach that Zoom one as well with that Zoom API? And he's like, yeah, boom, 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 done. I'm fucking struggling a bit, mate. It feels like work. Again, you've got to be passionate about it. And if you're not passionate about something you're doing, it's either going to feel like work or school. And if you ain't getting paid for doing that, you're not going to want to do it. You're not going to want to do it. Whereas your hobbies, turning your hobbies into revenue is something you can just document for the next 5 years because you're going to do it anyway. You'll do it free. You actually pay to go and do it. It's an hobby. You like it. You enjoy it. You're passionate about it. Do you know what I mean? So you got to stay passionate about something and whatever you do, and you will happily move forward into it. Regarding Hyperledger and that, not that I'm not passionate about building my own ledger and shit. I'm just not passionate about sitting there learning code for the next 12 to 24 months when there's other stuff I want to be learning as well. Again, you've got to prioritise your passions. Why have I just clicked open on that? What a gimp. You've seen this before. Utility scan ODL map showing ODL transactions for the last 3 hours in accelerated mode. Check that little pinger there. It's got XRP pinging all over the gaff. Woo woo. Ping ping. Ping ping. There's remittance payments going home. Ping ping. Ping ping. Brazil. Oh, look at that there. Like USA to the Philippines. What's that other one? Malaysia. Don't know who that is. That's Thailand. Don't know who that is. Don't know that flag. Should know that flag, Scott. So, the volume. So you're going to tell me what it's down last ODL transaction. So this is a bit more info. Looks like that. Get API. So we'd be like, yo, bro, I want this website with all this tickering, all these daily volumes and all these tickers. I want this linked to my personal ledger and showing on a screen in the back office. Get the API and attach it, and boom, it's done. If only it was that fucking easy. Like, it is for people who know code. So spotted as ODL. Does that mean we consider a transaction as ODL only when the 4 criteria are met? XRP initially bought an exchange in local fiat, XRP being sent across the XRPL, the exact amount of XRP finally sold back at the destination exchange in local fiat. The total time frame should roughly last 4 minutes. The exchange API allows us to track end-to-end ODL transactions except for coins PH, future exchanges without API. The Bitstamp exception for Euro US market as Bitstamp offers on and off ramps for Euro. Single exchanges involved. Interesting. It's a Bitstamp exception for the Euro USD market as it offers XRP off and on ramps for Euro and USD. A single exchange is involved, therefore XRP didn't have to be transferred via the ledger. This is what I'm saying by if people just join Uphold and do it between Uphold themselves. People are doing that between Bitstamp. That's confirming that there. People are already doing it. And that volume's then not considered ODL volume. It's exempt. Interesting. Now, don't get me wrong. The transaction of XRP is still going through as if it was on ODL. But it's not being sent from one network to another network via the XRP ledger. It's being kept on Bitstamp and going from one account to another account, i.e. from you to your uncle, or from a foreign worker back to his wife, or back to his brother or his mother. still happening the way it would on ODL, but because it stays within that network, it's not considered ODL, but it's still contributing to total trade volume and the price of XRP. So has the volume really gone away, or has it just changed its appearance? People just waking up to the fact that they can use these different platforms like Bitstamp that might have less fees than Western Union or MoneyGram. Extremely interesting. John, sort it out. You got my WhatsApp, haven't you? Got my number, I think. Yeah, I didn't. Hyperledger started swallowing it. Learning how to animate so I can build a team of animators and make sure they're doing it exactly how I want it and I understand how and what they're doing. I'm actually learning that at the moment, and that's taken up a little bit of time, as well as try to write the story that I want animated in the future. It all takes time, and you've got to prioritize. And you get burnt out doing a lot of stuff. Even hobbies, you could love fishing. We'll go fishing non-stop for 6 months, and you'll soon want to do something else. No one want. It's not necessarily that you want to live it 24 hours a day all the time. You've got a life to actually live as well. But there's clearly stuff that you'd bounce out of bed to go to work for if you're getting paid for it, and you'd absolutely love your life. They're the things you need to be gravitating towards, pushing yourself towards. And don't get me wrong, it's not that we're not going to speak to someone in the future, get them to build an Hyperledger network on a personal server for us that we've constructed, and then teach others how to do it. We're going to do that in the future. It's just I'm struggling to learn it on my own. So until there's someone there to help me and I can reach out, which is extremely hard to go and meet people and reach out during this time. But by next year, we should be rocking with that kind of stuff. Yeah, that market performance site, it's deep, it's hard, it's a lot better to read on a desktop. On the phone, they're all like, especially on this S8, they're all scrunched up. But even on that, like even on the XRP charts, you've got total trade volume, XRP ledger trade volume, and XRP ledger payment volume. So they're tracking some XRP specifically as a payment, and some's just a ledger trade. XRP for something else. Once, boom, done, trade. You had XRP, swapped it for something else, or you had something else, swapped it for XRP. That's your trade. Your ledger payment is where fiat currency is exchanged for XRP. That XRP is sent somewhere else, and then that same amount of XRP is swapped for another fiat currency, like was just said on that previous page. So that's how they distinguish ODL from all the rest. Yeah, when it's actually been a payment or a settlement, it's settled between two currencies. So what would 10 XRP for or 20 XRP for a Mars bar in a shop be? Is that just a payment? Is it just a trade? Does that Mars bar go on its own little blockchain with a QR code and its own little thing of that until I bet it? You know what I mean? It's going to be weird. Like when you talk about everything of value, it goes a little thing when you talk about actual consumables. Six months of fishing, it sounds sick, doesn't it? But I reckon after 4 months, it'd be like, yo, should we go and do something else for the week? Fishing poles. Fucking hell, Carl. That's like fucking 2 elephants and a snake falling off a cliff. But stop it. Stop it. Don't turn it into the joke fest. But we like the one-liners. What's that one like? 2 cows in a field. One goes moo. The other goes, you know what, bro? I was just gonna say that. Stop it. I can't. So one, 2 monkeys in the bath. One goes, oh, ah, ah, ah. The other goes, you want me to put some cold in, bro? Stop it. Yeah, and I think if you're going to run your own ledger, actually personally, looking back on what I was doing, I think it's a bad idea to attempt it on a laptop, because you will soon run into problems and you'll be migrating that ledger to a server and another PC in no time. Not that that won't be easy to do if you just put the laptop in a folder, you know, in a rack, and connect the laptop to a server. You've done it, do you know what I mean? But just bear in mind, if you're starting with a laptop, it's going to run out of capacity extremely fast if you start try to run a smart house of it and actually try to have the laptop be the server. It's not going to wash. You might as well just buy or create your own server. So you can buy it in parts and build it, or you can buy an actual server off Dell or IBM. Do you know what I mean? You do it that way. But yeah, just bear in mind that it's going to run your house. It needs the capabilities. That'll be your first kind of research. Power ledgers. Renewable energies are good, innit? Let's have a ganders at that. But we're on 2 hours. I'm going to make tracks soon. But let me have a quick look at that power ledger. Got a Wikipedia on it. Got a Wikipedia and everything then. Power Ledger 2016, founded Australian peer-to-peer energy trading company. It uses blockchain-based cryptocurrency and energy trading platform that allows for decentralized selling and buying of renewable energy. Interesting. Cheap, clean, renewable, I hope. Energy Reimagined, building the operating system for a new energy marketplace. Make inquiry, our technology. Power Ledger signed to exclusive partnership with TDED to accelerate blockchain-based digital energy business in Thailand. Technology for trading renewable energy and environmental commodities. We have created a software that allows for peer-to-peer energy trading from rooftop solar panels. Using blockchain technology, we empower households to trade their excess rooftop solar power with their neighbours. Oh my days. Yo, you use me power if you want. I'm going on holiday for a week. Pay for me power. Pay for me power, bro. I'll sort you a bit of power. I'm not using it next week. I'm going away. That's pretty sick. We've got 26 projects in 9 countries. North America to Thailand. The vision is a world where electricity is clean, reliable, affordable, and available to everyone, maintaining our priority focus around superior product offerings. We remain committed to our vision for democratized energy systems. Interesting. The software works alongside the existing infrastructure of energy systems, enabling greater control and ownership of consumers and products alike. The technology provides a way for consumers and energy companies to benefit from and contribute to a clean and affordable energy system. Sounds good, doesn't it? Worth looking into, that, peeps. TDED in Thailand. Niche Living, Australia. You've got Eek Water, France. Japan. Wow. Another one in Australia. Vicina, America PowerNet, United States. Interesting. Italy. Yeah, they got it all over. They're all over the gaff. All over the gaff already. Power Ledger. This is what I mean. Every industry. It's just going to go into every industry. Toby Yoga. We're all poor if we're not happy, mate. Happiness is true riches. And swap your excess power for some blood. That would be a winner, wouldn't it? Would be. Are we done? I am soon. Soon, Toby Yogi. I'm going in for some brekkie soon and to enjoy my birthday. And relaxing. I'm going to go out and look for the cat and that. But other than that, it's chill day today. Chill day today. The solar system. Unfortunately, most clean energy is a scam, especially windmills. Why do you think windmills are a scam regarding clean energy? Fucking eyelashing me eye again. Get out. Get off me. You're a Buddhist. You don't need money if you're a Buddhist. Have you seen the big turbines underwater? Like the wind turbines, but for the ocean, for the tides to pump energy. They're interesting if they can protect the marine life. Interesting, you think why most clean energy is a scam? I think some of it will be. I don't think most of it is. It's some people say about the production to it. All this are like so the wind turbines. Do you mean like where the propellers are put in the ground in landfill when they're done? Because there's apparently no other use for them. Has anyone seen that? That might be what you're on about. Is that what you're on about? Is that what you're on about, suit? Let me show you this. Wind turbine. Propellers. Or blades. I mean, it's pretty shocking if you didn't know. I mean, like when I didn't know and I found out, I was like, wow, that's mad. That'd be some cray, some cray shizzle. I mean, look at the size of the digger. Look at the size of the digger. Looks tiny on the picture, and there's all the propellers being buried of wind turbines. You know all this clean energy. Like, is that what you mean? Like, by it's all a scam? Because yeah, if you're gonna say wind turbines are clean energy, and not even remotely accept that it's possibly not that good for the planet, you don't really need to look that much further than that picture right there, to be honest. Oh, look at this clean, environmentally friendly new kind of energy. Just make sure you get them fucking propellers in the ground. before they get a picture, because they're gonna know then. They'll fucking know. How come you can't repurpose the propeller? Like, what the fuck's it made out of? If it can't be repurposed, make it out of something you can reuse, bro. Like, what year were you there? Like, exactly, Jason. Like, what year we living in, man? Like, I mean, you can't make the blades out of something that can be repurposed. Like, wow. I didn't think about doing that, Scott. Maybe next time I'm gonna do that. Fuck's sake. Cheers, John. Appreciate it, mate. Exactly, see, Fry. I don't understand. Let me see if the article explains it before I go. Wind turbine blades can't be recycled, so they're piling up on landfills. Companies are searching for ways to deal with the tens of thousands of blades that have reached the end of their lives. A wind turbine's blades can be longer than a Boeing 747's wing. So at the end of their lifespan, they can't just be hauled away. First, you need to saw through the lissome fiberglass using a diamond-encrusted industrial saw to create 3 pieces small enough to be dropped onto a tractor trailer. Right. So that landfill's in Wyoming. It's the final resting place of 870 blades, whose days making renewable energy have come to an end. The severed fragments look like bladed whale bones. And that's the end of the winter, blah blah. Watching a bulldozer, we get the rest when the weather breaks this spring. Tens of thousands of aging blades are coming down from steel towers around the world as most have nowhere to go. In the US alone, around 8,000 blades will be removed each year in the next 4 years. Europe, which has been dealing with the problem longer, has about 3,800 coming down annually through to at least 2022. There's thousands of these blades coming down very, very soon, and there's nowhere to fucking put them. Are you shitting me? What was it again? Lissome, L-I-S-S-O-M-E, lissome fiberglass. Has to be a diamond saw. You need a diamond saw to cut through it. Can't carbon fibre be repurposed? Why do not carbon fibre, like, are the new ones carbon fibre? New wind turbine blades. You got to be working on this. New wind turbine blades. Come on, man. Turbine blades. Wind turbine blade glass versus carbon fibre. As the wind energy market continues to grow, competition heats up heavy glass, carbon fibre composites for turbines. Well, it shouldn't really be competition of which is best to make. It should be to say, like, what's best for the planet. But yeah, go on then. From its inception, the wind energy blah, 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 blah. Fucking hell, some of them are 148 foot. The blades, 148 foot. Damn. They'd be big. Nah, but yeah, they're going to start making carbon, retrofitting existing turbine designs with longer blades. Incorporate carbon has become a shortcut to marketability. It's always best to do system level design, treating rotor systems, but the reality is the energy making. Right, if a company decides to go to put an extremely large blade on an existing system, then carbon fibre becomes an enabling technology by allowing for increased blade length without increased weight. Carbon fibre can be repurposed, can't it? Get them up, man. Get them fucking changed. Do you know what I mean? So that's what, basically, your clean energy is. Yeah, is it as clean as they fucking say? To be honest, it didn't say clean, originally said renewable, didn't it? We get on that by renewable and I put clean on it. You need to make sure that any renewable energies are clean energies moving forward. We can't be burying thousands of blades every other year. Like, can't be doing that. Farmers got fuck all from the government with this pandemic's money for everyone. There's so much going to be done that just doesn't happen. This is what I mean. Like, by when's it going to turn round, Alan? Through DLT and consensus-based voting and stuff like that. Like, we change is possible now. So moving forward, people have got to start being more vocal about the change they want, I think. What? One rotation of a wind turbine can fuel a house for the day. Damn, and I thought washing machine motors were good. If you get a washing machine motor and put a power drill on one end of it, like the opposite end of it, and you spin it because it's got a magnetic coil, it pumps out about 49 volts, you know. Yeah. So if you took one into the woods, mate, at the side of a stream and built a big water wheel that span as fast as a drill, so it'd have to be a pretty big wheel to get the middle spinning as fast as a drill would. You get 49 volts out of the fucking washing machine motor. You could put power in the woods. Like, just have 49 volts. Charge your laptop, that, mate. Charge your phone. Do you know what I mean? Crazy. Crazy. But one spin of a turbine can power an house. Jesus. That's impressive. But like I say, so washing machine motors. Well, to turn it, like, I thought that immediately. See if I'm like turn it into a plane propeller or something, but then like you don't get the size difference and the fact that it's fiberglass that can't be repurposed apparently. Yeah, I'm with that, Alan. I'm with that, Alan. I'm 100% with that. The only thing, could you get an island that's like in international waters that once you own, it's actually not subject to any other laws? Do you know what I mean? Not even on the beaches and that. That'd be extremely interesting. Probably looking at the Pacific Ocean, aren't you, for that though? To get it proper out of the way. No one's going to bother you. Morning, Chris. We're going soon, Chris. So if you're wanting to watch the actual stream, mate, you know the dance, you might have to rewind before it goes off, but you'll get a chance to just fling it back anyway before we go. But I am going in a minute. It's my birthday. I'm going to go and enjoy it. Not that I'm not enjoying this. I didn't see a documentary suit. I'll check that out if I can if I can remember. Laters, Adam. Take care, mate. I'm rolling out myself very, very shortly. Yeah, just dump large rocks in international waters and make an island. That's one, mate. Dubai are making islands, aren't they? The United Arab Emirates is making islands, so why can't we? I'll learn. No danger. Yeah, I'm gonna go and have some breakfast and see my mum and shit. So I've enjoyed this, guys. Just remember, well, we'll try and chase a bit of the ODL stuff up. Chase a bit of the ODL stuff up because it's piqued my interest. But to be honest, I'd have expected remittance payments to drop during a recession and during a time where loads of people are out of work, because after all, it's wages they send home. So if they've been given furlong money, that's 80% of a wage, and they used to send 20% of the full wage back home, or even only sent 10% of it back home, they're still on less money than they had, and maybe can't send as much home or can't send any home. So regarding the ODL volume drop, also bear in mind it becomes exempt if it doesn't leave the network and go through XRP Ledger. If it stays within the network, it's exempt from the ODL volume. We established that at least. Do you know what I mean? So pinch of salt like everything else, innit? We know we're in something big and we know we should be diversifying. So I think the people that freak out the most are the people that are sat on nothing but XRP. So when something like that happens and they think, oh, what do you mean? All my chips are on XRP, start freaking out a little bit, and rightly so. If you've gone so deep on XRP, you maybe should be looking at what you're actually doing there. But defo diversify, defo invest in your hobbies and not just the internet of value. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. Cheers, Carl. Appreciate, mate. XRP checks, possibly Herson. Ripple are trying to fight it at the moment, apparently, because they think there's not enough demand for them, apparently. But see what happens. XRPL is clearly in control of the validators now, so whatever the consensus is, that's what will happen on the network, and that is decentralization, baby. If that actually goes against Ripple, everyone saying Ripple's in charge of XRPL can just ask to stop, because they've gone against it, and if it goes through, they clearly couldn't stop it. The consensus of the network actually stopped Ripple from doing what they'd have done. They're clearly not in control of it anymore, so we're on our way. We're on our way. You know the dance, guys. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. We love you. All right, we love crypto, we love XRP, we love IoV, and we love you. All right, until the next one, peace out. Anyone new in, you want to rewind, go do it now because it's about to process. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, Alan. Cheers, everyone. Peace.